Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Loving how you wind up for me. Tonight is all on me. Mash up the place for me. Yeah, yeah. She just wanna highlight. Ooh, that body talk to me. I need a taste, baby. Loving the way you move around me. No more delay. No, you can wait to shut it down. Won't you show me how you work it? I can't find no flaws, you perfect. Cause every time that you come around my way, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. And every time that you come across my mind, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. In love.
So, hey guys, welcome to 5 Us to Love. You know, tonight is Real Talk with the Ladies. Tonight for me is just one of those cultivating conversations that I think whatever type of relationship you're in, and if you're not one at all, you really need to know. What is the difference between being romantic and being sexy? And what are the roles of the people in the relationship? I'm going to tell you right now, as a single woman, I may think a little bit differently than the married ladies, but I'm telling you right now, we're getting ready to do a face-off. What's going on, Rhumel?
Hey, Christine, how you doing?
I'm excited. Listen, you guys are bringing it. I got two married ladies, and you guys already know Jillian is here. So
Yay,
I feel like it's a face-off, the single lady, because I was like, am I the only single lady in this conversation? But then I got you two guys. So I'm really excited about tonight because you know, when you go into a relationship or when you think about it, this is like one of those conversations I think sometimes we just go in assuming the person should know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my thing is whether you're in a relationship right now or you're looking to get into a relationship, this is a conversation you might want to have instead of assuming, because I think as women, our attitude is, well, you should know to get me some roses. Like, and just to let you know, I had a conversation today, which was so funny. A friend of mine, before we even get started, this guy got her some flowers. He came over, gave her some flowers, but they were plastic, and he said because they last forever.
He tried.
I would like that. I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, so I was mortified. She was mortified. But if Jillian would be like, "Oh, that's so beautiful," and she would appreciate it.
Well,
so folks, this is a prime example of what he thought was being romantic. She was sitting back like, are you freaking kidding me? You just brought me plastic flowers? And Jillian's like, I would love the plastic flowers. See the difference?
I think the
On my
intent
wedding,
means
all
everything.
My flowers were plastic. Because I wanted to return them and get my money back.
You know what? I swear to God, all I can tell you is, okay, so Tika, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel and like our conversation tonight. We appreciate it. And so hola to you as well. She also said you all are such beautiful, radiant smiles. Thank you for that. We tried, but nobody's smile is more beautiful than Rhumel's. Rhumel, you make me feel bad. Like I really need to get on top of it, honey.
Oh,
because your smile is like so radiant. So listen, guys, you know I'm digging in because we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Okay, let's do it.
The goal of tonight is really to kind of help women and men understand their role in this whole thing between romance and sexy, and then how you feel as an individual does play out and how you want to deliver it or receive it, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to come right out before we even ask the question. For some odd reason, people like to send me nude pictures. So my thing is, if you send me one nude picture, that's hot, especially if I've never seen it before. That's hot. But once you get beyond the first one, at this point, it's redundant. Like I've seen the hotness. You've already got the buy-in from me. Don't send any more. Send me something else now, right? So that's the whole point. But another woman might be stimulated that this guy with this hot body is like pouring in with these sexy pictures. Right? See, but you got to know your audience, right?
Gotta know your
So
audience.
that kind of makes me think. First question: what comes to mind when you think about romance in a relationship? So, like Jillian, way before you married your husband, what were you thinking romance was? We already know it's plastic flowers, so let's just leave that. I'll take the plastic flowers. What were you thinking romance was about in a relationship?
Before, when I was younger, I felt like it had to be that aha moment, like the butterflies in your stomach and you can't catch your breath and being all winded and nervous. That's what would get me every time. And I was always searching for that feeling. And if I didn't get that feeling with somebody on the first kiss or the first date, then I think I just knew it wasn't going to go that far.
All right. So the question is, you said when you didn't get that feeling, you were thinking, oh, it's not going to go that far. So what made you think that it was a butterfly moment, that you were supposed to feel this? Was it a movie you saw or just something you just said, this is what I'm thinking it is? Was it an experience?
It's the experience. It's a feeling that you get when you're with somebody, when you just know,
Okay.
And that to me is more romantic, when you can have that deep connection with somebody, feeling it too. And it goes both ways, that butterfly feeling. But if it's not there, then it can't be romantic. And then it just becomes like a one-night stand.
Oh, okay. So Rhumel, what about you? Before you got married, what were you thinking romance was?
Well, I was dating in college for the most part. And what was romantic to me was that my husband he did not have any money. Okay. Like none. And so when he would go out of his way to do little special things for me or spend the little bit of money that he did get, he would do things for me. And it didn't matter what it was. I knew how broke he was. Okay. And so he would put that effort towards me to make me happy. So it did not matter. He could, it didn't, I don't know. Like he took me to dinner to a Chinese restaurant, right? The very first time, I know he spent $10 on my plate. And it was like,
that was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money. And it was a buffet. I don't do buffets. So I did my best and I didn't complain. I just ate my meal and I was done. And he was like, wait a minute, you're done? Right. And I was like, yeah. He's like, you didn't eat $10 worth of food. But it was just.
He wanted you to get your money's worth.
He wanted to get the money's worth.
He wanted to get the money's worth. And I applaud him because that's really cute. So I'm going to tell you guys, oldschoolplay.com said, it's Jillian. I wonder who that is. Okay, we won't get into that. Somebody said it's so romantic. Hey, Gerald, thanks for watching. That's 60 to New 40, the host of 60 New 40. Thank you for chiming in and watching the ladies. We appreciate your support. What's going on, fellow? Look, real talk with the ladies. What's going on, Holly? Holly said, unsolicited news. Hey, Holly. She said, unsolicited news are absolutely the worst. Don't do it. And I think, but to be honest with you, I think a lot of men think that's cute. And I'm being honest with you. When you do it the first time, that is kind of hot. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go with a nice hot one. But after that, let's tone it down. We don't have to do so many of them. I've already seen what's happening and I'm probably already buying it. I'm buying it. I'm good. And then old school came back. He says, I save it all for our intimacy face to face. I wonder who that is. He was like, I don't do the news. All I got to say is
incognito.
That's like a little romantic moment. So I think, even before you go into a relationship, for me, I watch my parents. And for guys who don't know, these are my parents back here in that picture. It's not me. I know you can see a fair skin and a dark guy. Those are my parents. So to me, I watched their relationship because he was my stepdad. He raised me. And so I saw the way he courted her and how he was just really so supportive of her. So in my mind, you mix that with Breakfast at Tiffany's, honey. that was like magical to me. So if you're a guy who can fix stuff and you're like a professional working every day, you're coming home, kissing my forehead, telling you love me. And then also you can take me to like exclusive places and dress me up in taffeta, right? Then that's what I'm thinking. To me, that's what romance was about. So anything outside of that is a little conflict for me. But you know what? There definitely is a different thing when you think about romance versus do you think you're sexy? See, that's a whole different conversation because sometimes the romance thing is good, but when you think about yourself in that moment, the question I have is, are you the person that says, I need you to turn the lights off, dim those lights? Are you that person? Because I know a lot of women who do that. They go, look, I need you to turn the lights down. So at that point, that sexiness is what? It's not, do you guys think at that point, do you still think you're sexy? Or are you trying to hide the sexy? Like, what is that? You know, you're turning off the lights. Have you guys ever told your spouse, I'm turning off the lights?
Never.
Like,
no,
yes.
I lived my whole life being super insecure about my body. And last year, maybe the year before, I decided no more. I'm not doing that anymore. I mean, I just decided to be more comfortable in my own skin, let it go. And as soon as I started being more confident, life got more fun. Like
life got more fun.
Because men don't care. Men don't care what you look like. They're not looking at every inch of your body. They just want to do it. And so
they just want the prize.
See, and when you leave the lights on, they can see everything. That gives them more of a visual because men are visual, right?
Yeah.
So the more they can see, the better it is for them. So
and that's, I think a lot of times as women, we're looking at what we feel we should look like in comparison to what society says is sexy, right? So we're comparing ourselves to an unrealistic bar of standards. And then we decide, okay, I need you to turn on them candles and dim that light. And then we can get into the mood and do this. And I'm going to tell you, I was that person, especially after my situation with my chest. Yeah, but you know what? Before then, I used to just walk around like naked. I didn't care, right? But the minute that surgery happened in my chest, I felt like, you know, with all the cuts and it just didn't look good. I need you to dim that like real low. It's a silhouette. I need you to get to the point when you see a silhouette of me, then we're go. If you don't see the silhouette, just take it down lower. But now, you know, a couple years later, I'm like, this is it. Like, this is what you get, and I'm good with it. And we need to know in the beginning. But unfortunately, you know, a lot of people don't know that. So I'm going to ask you guys, Jillian, do you think you're sexy?
I do now.
Look at her. She said it. You said it with, I do now.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So Mel, do you think you're sexy?
I know to the most important person on this world, I am.
See, I love your answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest, for the single ladies out there, I think I'm sexy. And I think that because I'm so confident about who I am, I attract people who are attracted to me, right? So it's not a question. And whenever I've questioned it, I say to the person, go, no, I think you're hot just the way you are. So folks, we need you to chime in. Precious said, good morning, Queens. And Precious, you just cracked me up. Precious is be all over the place.
Oh, we miss you, Precious.
We do miss you. That's another one of our casts from Real Talk with the Ladies. Old school, you just basically tonight. Old school said,
I think I know that
mystery. I know, right? He said keeps the mystery and builds anticipation. I think
we love the anticipation.
Oh, and the thing is, I think sometimes we like the build up. Drea, thank you so much. She said, hello, ladies. Glad I caught this one. I'm glad you caught it too, Dre, because we learning something tonight, honey. We got to get it together out here. And so she said, you damn right, y'all. You know, Holly, you just should have came on. All you in the comments.
I know.
You were precious. Rhumel, she said, great answer. You're sexy to the person you're with, and that's all that matters. And ladies, once you get that in your head, you'll understand you can just walk in your purpose in that moment with that person. Rhumel, you getting shout outs. I love Rhumel's answer. I mean, you know, and it's true, because if that person is good with you, then that's okay. She said the three of y'all are sexy. Thank you so much, Holly.
Hey, Holly.
And Chica says sexy is a mindset that comes from within. And that's the whole thing. When you
Mhm.
think about sexy, and a lot of women, they'll say, oh, I don't think my stomach, I think something's wrong with my butt. I got fat back and all of this stuff. You know what? For all you know, he loves all of that. And you're spending way
Yep.
too much time. Because when I talk to the guys, and y'all know I got a hootenanny of guy friends, you know what they said? If I love you, I love you. I know all of that is with you. What are you doing? Right?
If you wear a size 18, 20 pants, they know that they're not getting a size 4 when you pull them off. So, let's be real.
That's real.
And not all men like skinny women.
They
Let's just
don't.
face that. It's
Mhm.
there's enough of us to go around, and men like what they like. And if they get into that point where they want to see what's under, your clothes, they're there for it.
They're there
You
for
know?
it. I like what you said. You said if you wear a size 14 pants, they know when you take it off, you're not going to be a 4. You're not going to all of a sudden lose 10 sizes and become a 4. That doesn't happen. I love that. So this is the thing when you're in a relationship, whether you're married, dating, or not, who do you think focuses on the romance versus the sexy in a relationship? Who do
Say
you
that one
think
more time.
focuses who do you think focuses on the romance versus the sexy in a relationship? Is it the man, the woman? If you're in a woman, like if you're in a woman relationship, like what person is it, the masculine person or the female person in that relationship that thinks about the romance or the sexy? Who do you
Well,
think?
I'll just say for myself, when I feel romanced,
Mm-hmm.
I feel more sexy. And I feel like, like I want to, do other things.
Right.
It makes me feel cared for. It makes me feel
So
like
your husband romances you.
I didn't say that, but he's not a big he's not like honestly, he is not what you would call like a romance in a typical way. But we just have fun, and that's good.
That is good.
But when he does do things that are very romantic, oh child, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But that's not one that's
That's
not high on his list.
okay. So in a relationship, though, do you think your husband thinks about romance versus sexy, or does he think sexy and then you think about romance?
Well, so
Like,
what do you when
when
you
I say
say
that, because men think they're like, just put on some, I heard a lot of men say, you don't even have to put on lingerie, just show up butt naked. Right. So to them, it's like sexy is just you versus they don't need the romance. You don't have to give them a bottle of wine, glass of wine. You don't have to light no candles. Turn that light off and let's get busy. So to them, sex is sexy.
it's sexy? Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking you, in a relationship, do you think who's romantic? Like Jillian, for you, who's the romance guy? Who's the romance person? Who's the sexy person?
I would say it's my husband.
Really?
He does it all. He even planned our wedding, and I basically just showed up.
Wow.
I got to
Oh
pick
my
out the
God.
dress though, and some of the plastic flowers.
I can't. Everybody, if you missed when we first started, Jillian made it clear that she likes plastic flowers. And Rhumel and I were like, don't do it. We need real flowers. Do not do this.
Because I turned around and I sold them, and I got all my money back. Weddings are not.
I love it.
Weddings are not cheap; they're expensive.
And if it's not important to you, for some women that
Right.
wouldn't work. But if it's not important to you, then do what works for you. That's
See what works for you. Exactly. So,
Yeah.
folks, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're digging in deep because we need to be clear on what's happening in these relationships when it comes to romance versus being sexy. I think sometimes a lot of people get it confused, and sometimes people get it just right. We're getting ready to find out what happens next on 5F's to Love, Real Talk with the Ladies. Hey guys, welcome back to 5S to Love, Real Talk with the Ladies. Tonight we're talking about romance versus sexy, what's going on in these relationships, and whose responsibility is it, right? It baffles my mind how many times I talk to female friends of mine versus male friends of mine, and the ladies are like, when is he going to romance me? When is he going to show me that he really cares about me? But you know what I found out from one of my really good guy friends? They were like, we like flowers too. They said that. They were like, we like flowers. Why don't people think that we want flowers? So, Chica, Chica, thank you so much for dropping in with us tonight. She says women focus more on the romance. And I'm going to give you the vote for the romance. I'm going to say a lot of us do as far as women. Gerald, thank you so much. This is Gerald from 60 is the New 40. Should both men and women maintain their size? I think they should maintain their size. But the thing is, guess what? If a guy meets you when you're 14, then that's the size you need to maintain. I'm pretty good with that, but I'm going to be honest with you. If I pop out some kids and go to a 16, I'm hoping you still love me though. I kind of think that needs to be happening, but I agree if you're in that type of relationship, for sure. Hey, what's going on? This is Tim from Real Talk with the Men on Thursday nights. He said, hey, Christine, what's up, ladies? Thank you so much, Tim, for joining us. Chica, she said, confidence is sexy. I think it's hot, honey. I walk out to my own theme music.
Yes. Okay. And you should, as you should.
I have my own theme music and I'm like rolling with it. Drea, she said, confidence is sexy. Honesty is sexy. Speaking your truth is sexy. I love all of that. Yes. And that's the reason why I guess I just kind of say whatever's on my mind. Tim said, it is just me, or did I not see my commercial? No, you did not see your commercial, Tim. I think it was just you. I think you wanted to see your commercial, that your commercial did not play. Chica says, thanks for the shout out. Gorgeous. You're so welcome. It was funny because at some point in a relationship, when you begin to date, I think we do this whole thing. The person is supposed to read our minds and we're not really saying what it is that we want. So for me, I have like an open dialogue. I ask you, what do you want from me that's going to make you happy and to make you feel more confident within this relationship, right? Because I don't know that person's history. I don't know what they've gone through before they met me. And it may be something really weird, right? So one of my things is I always tell people I'm really big about just sending text just to say I'm thinking about you. Because for me, I like that type of reassurance. So I kind of mimic what it is that I want. Now, if you text me and tell me you don't want my little text messages, then I'm good. But I tell you, that's what I want. So you may not want it, but I want it, right? So, but I think that's a part of the romance for me. That's the romance. Now, let me say this too. Sexy. Somebody gave me a lap dance, honey. That was romantic and sexy. I don't even know what to say. I came in, it was music playing, and he was like, sat me in a chair, and he had a robe on, and he blindfolded me. And next thing I know, a soundtrack came on, and he took the blindfold off. I thought I was in the middle of sexual chocolate. I said, what is happening? It was like a highlight, right? So to me, that was like a bundle of romance because he had rose petals. He had a little side table with the wine already prepared. When you do something to that magnitude, that's romantic and sexy.
Yeah, okay? I agree.
And I got a chance to open up that package too at the end of that whole dance. And so, I'm just saying, shout out for anybody who's trying to talk to me right now. If you can top that whole lap dancing, that's a romantic sexy. You've caught my attention. So that's what we're going into. What's romance versus sexy? So I'm going to ask each of you 3 different scenarios. And I want you to tell me to you if it's romance or sexy. And everybody who's watching, I want you to put in comments whether you think it's romantic or sexy. All right, so here we go. And there's no wrong answer.
I'm scared, Christine. I'm so scared. I'm just going to be honest. I'm a little bit like...
Too late at night for pop quizzes.
Oh my God. You guys are clutching your pearls because you know it's me who came up with these questions.
I don't know. I do not know, but you can go ahead. I'll just answer.
Okay, guys, viewers, get ready because I want to hear from you as well. Here's our first scenario. If someone drops down rose petals, is that sexy or romantic? And I'm going to start with you, Jillian. No, off the board.
I would say
romantic,
that's on
sexy.
the line of romantic.
Okay, Rhumel, what do you think?
I think that is on the side of sexy.
Are they on the
Okay.
bed? Because if they're on the
Yeah, I
bed,
mean,
then yeah.
I imagine like it would be like on the floor, like leading to the bed or to the bathroom. I mean, like to a tub or something like that. And to me, that kind of, I mean, it is romantic, but I lean towards the sexy side on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Holly, our fellow co-host, said, I'm sorry, I tapped on the one thing because I was going too fast. Holly, our fellow co-host, said that's romantic to her. And Sharonda Gardner, thank you for joining us. Sharonda said that's romantic to her too. Okay. Courtney, our fellow co-host, she said, hey ladies, sorry I couldn't be there tonight. My husband does fun and sexy dash of romance here and there. You know what, Courtney? Don't be doing a shout out on your husband while you're not here. Andrea said so romantic. She thinks that's romantic. Mm-hmm. And so Courtney says she thinks roses are romantic. So
I'm the outlier.
No,
I
don't think you're the outlier, but that's my whole point to asking that question, because it depends on who you're with. Mm-hmm. We all think we know what's romantic and sexy, but if your husband dropped down them rose petals, you're like, this is hot like fire. What is happening? And you like, it's happening tonight. Just from the sight of the rose petals is happening, right? Yeah, but so and I'll be honest with you, I think it's romantic, but I also think it's sexy if he in that tub with them bubbles. Like if I come home and I'm throwing rose petals to that tub or to the bed and he laying up in there all kind of glossed up, that's romance and sexy, because I'm feeling that's something in my memory bank that I'm gonna be like, that's hot like fire. Yeah. So I think it does depend on who you're with and what their thoughts are about that. Okay, so good. Our second scenario, if you're wearing lingerie, is that sexy or romantic?
Sexy.
Okay. Oh, because so I'm just
gonna say romantic.
I'm just gonna say something here, because my husband, he's gonna kill me. My husband does not like lingerie. He does not like it at all. So he doesn't want to deal with it, and I'm okay. That means I don't have to do all the shopping for it. But honestly, he likes a nice wife beater. He likes
that's romantic.
Yeah, it's kind of
that's
sexy. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
honey, listen, Rhumel, you're not the only one wearing a wife beater. But I do wear wife beaters. And you put those on with a cute pair of panties, you rocking it out. I mean, that's hot, right?
Yeah, that's what he, that's what.
Okay, so let's get a little wet in the shower.
There's a lot of ways you can do this, right?
Did you just add water to this whole thing? It was like
just add water.
Turn it into a wet white t-shirt contest.
Okay, you know what? If you give the person you're with the little wet t-shirt contest, I'm going to keep that in mind, because I'm thinking about dating. So I'm going to keep all this stuff on tap. So Tim from Real Talk with the Men on Thursday, he said, that's sexy. Now take that off. See, men are like, it's cute, the lingerie, but I'm done with it. Like, I'm over it.
Most of it's not even comfortable anyway.
A lot of it is not comfortable. Like, I literally dress for bed every night. That's something people didn't know about me. I literally dress for bed every night. You know why? I have this thing. You know how you watch the news and then you talk to like family members and somebody passes away or there's a fire and then you see people and they like roller scarf and it's not hot. I'm like, if that ever happens, I'm walking down the steps, honey. Like, you ever seen Dynasty and Diane Carroll?
Oh my gosh. I cannot. They're going to see rollers. They're going to see whatever. I can't. It's too much.
I'm telling you, I'm 100% walking down like Diane Carroll, like, oh my gosh, like that is still happening. Holly from Real Talk with the Ladies, our fellow cast member, she said, do you repeat lingerie or is it once and done? I'm going to tell you, I do repeats because some stuff is so adorable on me. And to Tim's point, men don't care. You have it on for 2 seconds and they're totally over it. So one of the things I'm going to tell you, ladies, don't spend a lot of money. If, like, Rhumel's like, get a wife beater. Jillian said, put some water on it, do a wet t-shirt thing, and put on some cute panties. Ladies, men are not really interested in how cute this little lingerie set is looking on us. And they've made that clear. So our last scenario
My husband likes it when I wear shoes.
See, all right, so
Okay,
wait a minute.
okay.
Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you, there was this guy. Please don't let him watch. There was this guy. He used to want me to wear pantyhose all the time. And I used to, so when I got home from work, he used to be like, did you change your clothes from work yet? And I would say, no, I'm on my way over. And I used to be like, why? He wanted to see pantyhose. Like, that was his thing. And I was like, this is so not what is happening. But the kicker is, I wasn't a person who wore pantyhose all the time. Like, pantyhose irritate me. So you know that obviously that person broke up with me because I stopped wearing pantyhose. that was his thing, and I didn't know that was his thing.
Yeah,
right.
But I want to ask.
Thigh highs are real sexy.
Thigh highs are. Julie, can I ask you a question because I'm interested? So are there specific kind of shoes that he likes?
All the high ones.
All the high ones. Okay.
He likes, and I know guys who like
my
that
high
too.
boots, the thigh high boots, the knee high boots.
Okay.
Yeah, he's always been a shoe lover. He likes shoes more than I do.
Oh, yeah, so you know what? That's the
buying
question
them for me. I don't buy them for myself.
Well, see, and it's romantic. Number one, that he buys you the shoes, but it's also sexy that he wants you to wear them in bed.
Yeah.
So, folks, again, you need to seriously start asking a person, what is their fantasy or thought behind what's romantic versus sexy to them? Because it does make a difference. You know, and I think a lot of times when we get in these relationships, do you find when you talk to your friends that you want to say to them, okay, you guys have been together for a couple years, like, what's going on? Like, something's not connecting. Do you think you have to work in the relationship to keep the sexy and the romance going? Because you guys are married. I can't say that because I'm not married. So do you guys work at it?
I mean, to a certain extent, I think you have to, especially once you have kids, because they act as little blockers, you know, to your sex life.
Yeah.
They just absolutely do. And they tire you out, and, you know, you have to really work hard at times for the sexy, for feeling sexy in the moment to even want to do it at times.
Right.
Especially when they're little. So, but I enjoyed when they got older, they could take care of themselves. And, you know, I don't know why it wasn't publicized that once you hit 40, that was a really big time for you sexually. Like, women really kind of come into their hormones or doing things. I don't know what they're doing, but it was a good time for us, I think. I don't know if it's a reward for all that time you spend trying to run after kids. I don't know, but I was taking full advantage of it.
Of the 40s. Okay,
Yeah.
folks, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to pick this conversation back up. We're going to talk about when's your heightened moment for romance and for that sexy moment between you and the person you're with, whether you're married or not. There's like some hot moments, you know, and it comes at different times. Like Rhumel said, her 40s was hot. So regardless of the time of day, 40 was hot for her. Okay, so we're clear. But you need to know where your hot time is so you can get it in, whether your kids are around or not. We'll be back right after this quick commercial break.
Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up.
What's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, we what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big things, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No break.
Hey, welcome back to 5F's to Love, Real Talk with the Ladies. If you're watching tonight, please be sure to like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love for you to get notifications whenever we put out new information. So, you know, it was so funny when Holly asked, did you repeat your lingerie? Folks, let me tell you something. They don't even remember it anyways. So yeah, repeat that lingerie as much as you can. All right, so Courtney says, and thank you, Courtney, for tuning in. She's on the cast here with us here at Real Talk with the Ladies. I have on lingerie longer for sexy pics than for the bedroom. And that is so true. I think, you know, we do. And I mean, although we think it's hot, they just want us to take it off. So Drea722, thank you so much for watching us on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and like our channel here. She said, truth is, I am a very sexy plus size woman. I have a magnetic energy and I make my partners feel beyond attractive. It's me, LOL. Honey, you better give them the business. She also says, this panel is delightful and sexy. Rhumel, I love your response. I love that he shows you his attraction. And that's hot like fire. Dre722 also said, traditionally, the female focuses on romance. However, it is usually the partner that desires to give more than the other. That role can vary during the relationship. It's basically the flow. And she's right. It's the flow of the relationship. Thanks a lot, Tim, for watching us. He's Real Talk with the Men on Thursday. Is it sexy or romantic if a guy comes up from behind and bends you over in the kitchen? Okay, so we're clear. That's sexy and hot. And I welcome that. I love to have sex in the kitchen. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't have any kids, so I can do what I want in every part of my house. I mean, my son is older. He doesn't live with me. So when I say I don't have any kids, I don't have any kids that live at home. So I think that kind of stuff is really sexy and hot to me. And that would turn me on, especially if you wear glasses while you're doing it. I have this thing about glasses.
I know this.
If you wear glasses while you're doing this, and if you don't wear glasses, just get some fake ones. I just need them on. I'm just saying, I have this thing about glasses and nakedness that just does it. So ladies, the bigger conversation is, and it was what Drea said, you know, I think a lot of times we put so much pressure on one person in a relationship to provide that romance or to give us that sexy, but it kind of depends on who you are in that relationship. So like Jillian, in your space, your husband was like, I'm planning a whole wedding. Like, I just need you to show up. He's buying you amazing shoes. And he's like, by the way, I need the pink ones on tonight in the bedroom. So that's like a whole, like if a guy bought me shoes and was like, put them shoes on, I would be like, okay, hey, all right, that's kind of, okay. That's kind of sexy, you know, put on those shoes I bought you. Now, Rhumel, I think your relationship is like really what normal married life is like for a lot of different women. You're like, you know what? My husband loves me just the way I am. He's not the most romantic guy, but he thinks I'm hot like fire. So if he walked through the door and be like, meet me in that bedroom, you like, you know what? What's up? That's we okay. Game on. Like, you don't take it like that. Really, because although you have this romantic concept, you basically said, look, when he come through the door and he be like, meet me upstairs. Listen, kids, don't say nothing. Okay, look. Y'all know, go ride your bikes. Go ride your bikes. Give me an hour. You know, go visit your friend. Put your headset on. Go to the basement. You know, and that's the thing. So you've got to know who your partner is. And I think a lot of times people get upset with the other person because they're not delivering. what they
Mhm.
want. And my thing is, if you're waiting for somebody to give you that type of attention, then you might want to talk to him if it's that important. Because I'm sure, Rhumel, if you really needed some rose petals and some flowers, and a little candlelit dinner, he would do it. But
He
you're going to
would.
have to say, babe, Saturday night, can I get a little rose petal and a little
Yeah.
dinner?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But he can do it, and he has, done it if I kind of let him know that it's something that I need. But um I don't know. I want to say I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
You don't
I
require it.
I don't require it. When I know when he does certain things that even though it's not a typical romantic thing, I mean, I
Right.
think we think of romantic things and we compare it to things that happen like in movies and things like that.
Yes.
I don't have a movie star life, okay? So it doesn't happen for me like that, and it's okay. I know he loves me dearly, and so the things that he does do for me, I have to know that's his romantic, you know?
I agree with you. I think it's romantic when a guy can pay all the bills, right? And I don't have to worry about anything. No, I really do. To me, that's romantic. But you
Yeah.
know what's sexy is when he gives me an allowance. That's sexy to me. Pay all the bills, and what's sexy is you give me an allowance. But I'm just being, that's just me. And that's what the point I'm getting to, ladies and gentlemen who are watching. You really need to talk to the person that you want to be with or the person that you with. And trust, let me just say this. What they wanted when you first met them, when you first got married 20 or 30 years ago, it could change because they've changed. I'm very sure Jillian's husband didn't start off with put on those pink shoes. He was probably like, Jillian, just come in with this wife beater on and throw some water on it. Right? But now he's upgraded to, you know what, those red patent leather boots, I'm feeling those tonight. Get the kids to sleep and drop them boots on. So Jillian know it's on and popping.
I like what that one person who jumped on said, how the relationship ebbs and flows, because it really does over time. When my husband's down and out, I'm the one there picking him back up and trying to make everything romantic and sexy. And then when I'm down and out, he's the one that's lifting us up and being the powerhouse. And it goes both ways. We can't be full of energy all the time.
That it takes a lot of energy. And thanks for that, because I think a lot of times when you're in relationships, people don't understand your partner's not going to always be that person that has all that energy who's making all the magic happen. Like sometimes the roles are going to reverse depending on where you are in that period in your life. And women who are single, I'm going to tell you, for me, I wake up and I think I'm sexy and hot. I'm always hoping, especially now if I'm dating you and we're like a long-term relationship dating you, you have keys to my house. I'm hoping one day I wake up and you just there when I wake up and it's happening at 5 a.m. I'm a 5 a.m.er. I think it should be going down at 5 a.m. Like, what's up? So, but to me, I'm open to that. But a lot of women be like, he can't see me. I know people right now who get up an hour before their husbands to put on makeup. Their husbands have never seen them without makeup. Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
My husband hates it when I wear makeup.
Are you kidding me?
No, when I leave this, he'll go, "Oh, you've got makeup on." He just loves me the way I am.
That's
I don't need it. And so
all natural Rhumel.
all natural. Like I don't even have a lot of makeup on, but when I leave out of here, he'll be like, "Oh, it's Tuesday." You're like wearing makeup again. So no, but I don't have to wear it, and he doesn't. Even if we're going out, he doesn't love it. I still wear it because I want to,
right.
But he doesn't require it.
You know what? When you leave tonight, you go down and tell your husband, you give him a kiss and tell him Christine was like, I hope I have a spouse that loves me just Christine. Because when I go to bed, by the way, I'm not wearing makeup when I go to bed. I'm going to bed. Okay. But I do have a beautiful outfit though, but I'm still going to bed. But the thing is, I should hope you're just okay with me, because I know a lot of women, they do. I know women who get up, they put on a wig, they are in full for real, like fabulous by the time their husbands get up. And I'm like, well, who has time for this? Like, I don't have that much energy. So what would be a recommendation that you would give a single lady about keeping that romance and sexy until you meet that guy? Because I think that's where a lot of us, like, we spend so much time with our gal pals, and we're like, okay, when am I going to be able to let this open? Like, boom. Like you and Jillian. Jillian just walked through the door, and Matt's like, put these pink pumps on. You know what I'm saying? Rhumel's husband's like, the bedroom door is open. Rhumel like, shit, y'all kids, y'all know what to do. The food is on the stove. Rhumel like, he said the door is open. I know what that means. So I'm just saying, what do we do? Us single ladies, what would you recommend to us?
I believe in energy. It's the energy you give off. Practice that, because if you're thinking inside your head all these little insecurities, oh, I don't like my belly, I don't like my booty or my legs or my hair or something, they're gonna sense it. Even if you don't say it, you're giving off that energy of some sort of a little bit of a negative vibe. And work on just pushing out positive vibes and feeling good internally. It doesn't matter what your hair looks like, your makeup looks like, your body, your shape. It's the energy you give off, because when you walk in a room, people can sense that. Some people that feel energies, they can sense a narcissist in the room, for example. Bad people, you can just feel it and sense it. So if you're giving off negative energy, people won't want to be around you. But if you're giving off very positive and confident energy, people will want to gravitate towards you.
I like that. Rhumel, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, I was going to say something very similar to Jillian, but I would kind of tag on to that is, if you do have insecurities about different parts of your body or things, pick something that you love about yourself and really focus on that. Like my grandmother said to me, I'll never forget, she said, oh, you have big, beautiful legs. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, your legs are just thick and beautiful. And I had never thought about my legs like that. But when I put on some heels, I very rarely wear a long dress or anything, because I like to show off my legs. It's something that my grandma told me. She just loved how pretty my legs were. Ooh, girl, you just have pretty legs.
I love that.
But when I have these moments where I don't feel good about my belly or whatever, I focus on the things that I do love. I love putting on lipstick because I love to smile. I love the way I look when I smile. And so I think if you focus on some of the things that you do love about yourself, then you cannot worry about the things that you don't love so much about yourself. And people will see that. They'll pick that up. Like Jillian was saying, that pick up that energy about you, that you do have something about you that you truly love and you think is a gift to other people.
I love that, Rhumel. And just to let you guys know, we actually talk before we go live. And one of the things I said I love about Rhumel is that she has such a beautiful smile. Like, she's just so pretty to me, and I love her skin, and I love her hair, because I get a lot of DMs about her hair. So I told her I love that about her, but she has such an amazing smile. So I agree. You really have to be confident in who you are. And I often say to myself, you know what, Christine? I look at myself every morning. I go, girl, you are hot like fire. If nobody else tells you, I'm telling you, you are the magic. And then I walk away for the day because I'm good. So Holly, our fellow cast member, Holly then came up with the rule. She said, how long before I can wear that bonnet to bed?
I think it's dependent on your person, right? Like the person, but
there you go.
Wear that bonnet. If that's what you wear to bed, wear the bonnet. They're going to see it eventually. So if they don't like the bonnet,
Rhumel, I'm going to tell you, you've been married a long time. I'm going to tell you, these men out here now, they've changed. And I'm going to tell you, some of them want you, and this is what messed us up. First of all, reality TV has totally screwed everybody. Mm-hmm. Social media has screwed us. And so men are looking for these fantasy women. And so when they meet you, they take you out to dinner, they dated you, you're together for a while, and they've never seen you, like Holly said, in that bonnet. By the way, I wrap my hair every night. I put that scarf on. And yes, it does coordinate with my night outfits. We won't get into that. But the point I'm making, don't start me, Rhumel. I know I'm a weirdo. But the thing is, a lot of men want you to look glamorous when you go to bed because they have this visual thing. But you're right. Once you get comfortable in a relationship, it might take a minute, but in the beginning, we do. Single women, we got to pretend to be glamorous all the time, honey. It's work.
I've never heard of that before.
Yes.
No way. That's a high expectation.
I would ask the question is, do you really want that man then?
Well, I'm going to tell you. Well, let me just say this. The guy that I'm interested in right now is not like that. He's not. But I did date somebody who was like that. And at the time when I thought he was the one, oh, honey, I did. I was the woman who was waking up, making sure I looked cute before he woke up. What you talking about? I did that.
That's a lot of pressure.
But y'all know with me, that probably lasted, 60, 90 days, and I was over it. Because I was like,
it's a lot of work.
It takes too much work.
Ask the men out there if they think wearing boxer shorts to bed is cute.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
I love wearing my husband's boxer shorts to bed.
Oh, I love that. So, okay, men, Jillian asked the question, do you think boxer shorts on women are cute when they wear them to bed? Rhumel, you getting all kind of shout outs tonight. Partner said, well said, Rhumel. Rhumel, I'm going to tell your husband that he's getting thumbs up on this whole relationship situation. We are in supporting him. We don't care if he ever drops a pedal. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial break. When we get back, we're going to have each person describe to you what is a romantic evening that they would like to have with their partner or potential partner. Wait till y'all hear what I got to say. It's probably going to shock y'all. Okay, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
I gotta tell you something I could do. I could be running around chasing you, but I won't. 'Cause I got better things to do. Rather spend my precious time chasing somebody who loves me too. If I got $1 for every
going out my mind. Give me some directions to get to you. To get to you, ain't gonna waste my time. I know that we got connection. I think about you. You're on my mind. On my mind. On my mind. Yeah, I'm going out of my mind. Out of my mind. Out of my mind. Yeah. For you, my love. You drive me crazy, tell me what to do, what to do. I'm on my knees, yeah, I am begging you. I'll break the rules if it will get me to, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk with the Ladies. I get excited about seeing the commercials because my other company, PICF, creates all of this stuff. And I'm telling you, I love Charles' new music in his commercial. I liked it before, but now I think with that music is just very engaging for me. So I just want to say that we do a lot of work. And if you're interested in us doing some branding and marketing for you, be sure to reach out to us at PICF Inc. and we will be happy to assist you. So listen, we want to talk to our people. Chica, she says, we are our own worst critic. Rhumel, I love that you're a grandmother, always complimented you on your legs. Folks, let me tell you something. When it's embedded in you that you are absolutely adorable, and I'm going to say to you, it wasn't that way. I think for a lot of people starting out, so kids used to tease me and they used to call me Casper. Oh, you got big lips. They used to just really, and I used to just not talk. And people say, well, you didn't talk. I didn't talk to people because I was always afraid that people were going to tease me. Right. And so one day my dad came to me, this man back here. That's why I love him so much. I named my son after him. That he said, you know what? He said, you're a beautiful swan. Don't let people tell you that you're an ugly duckling. After that, honey, I was like a swan. You better believe it. I thought I was the baddest thing moving. So it just takes one person to really support you. And now everybody wants these lips. These are like the real deal, baby. This is not injected. And all I got to say is, no, this color has not changed and it's not. And I'm okay with that. And you got to live with it because I'm still adorable. That's all that matters. Okay. So, Chica, thank you so much for tuning in. He said, and Joel said, yes, sexy. Sexy is like really great for some men. Like they want you to be hot like fire. She said a family can spit out so much toxic criticism without realizing the damage it causes us. And I'm going to tell you that is so true. A lot of times, you know, especially in certain families, there was this thing with my cousins. And you can look at me and tell we're a whole mixed up group, right? But depending on who my aunts and uncles from my biological father married, all the grandchildren came out different colors. But the darker one, the ones that came out, they teased them and was just like calling them darky and blacky. And it was so funny because I thought my cousin was so pretty. Like I just didn't understand what, but sometimes people inflict their own personal concepts around what beauty is. Right. And I had to get away from that. I had to say to myself, you know what? I am pretty. It doesn't make a difference what anybody says. I have to think I'm pretty. You got to walk in your space. So Rhumel, right now, I just want to say you're the #1 rated Real Talk lady tonight. Everybody's loving you. Wearing his dress shirt only is also sexy. And I think, okay, I just want to say Tom Cruise wore that in a movie where he kind of skid across the floor with socks on and a dress shirt. #1, if a man does that, I think that's hot. Okay, I want to be clear. I'm all about that dress shirt. And please don't wear any underwear. I just want to be clear. I like that dress shirt with some glasses and no underwear. But ladies, when you wear a man's shirt, I think that is so hot on a one-night stand.
She said on a one-night stand, though?
On a one-night stand. I just want to throw that out there. On a one-night stand. Okay, so Chica says, she says, yes, your dad said it perfectly. And thank you so much, Chica. And I'm going to tell you before that, I really didn't like myself at all. I just didn't think I was attractive. And you know what? It paid off, though, because I read a lot and I became really smart. I didn't focus on being cute. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, I didn't know that I was pretty until I got to college. That's like a big gap, right? And I remember when I got to Delaware State, and any of you guys watching from DSU, they know who they are. I was walking past the boys' campus during the summer because, you know, freshmen come early. You got to go to freshman orientation. And I remember walking past Edgar Hall, honey, and those guys was like, hey, Redbone. I thought they were teasing me and calling me a name. I went over there and I punched that boy in the face. I said, you better not call me no Redbone. He said, no, little mama, that's a compliment. I said, well, how is that a compliment? He said, you light skin, that's a red bone. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. From that point on, they were my friends. They were like, she's feisty. He was like a big football player. I punched him in the face. But the thing is, I thought he was critiquing me because I was so accustomed to people critiquing me. And I really didn't take it as a compliment. So ladies, I'm going to say sometimes when we think we hear what people are saying, we really don't know what they're saying. We need to listen up. Okay, so this is what I want to know. How would you plan a sexy evening versus a romantic for your partner and you? And you got 2 minutes. What does that look like in your mind? A romantic or a sexy evening? Paint the picture as if you're talking to your man right now. Rhumel, you're hot and ready.
No, Jillian was about to speak. Let her speak.
We only have like 10 seconds left. We don't even have enough time.
No, you're fine. We can go for a couple minutes.
So I have a super high stressful job. So it takes a lot for me to get to that relaxed point. So we take a dip in the hot tub just to chill and relax our muscles and our body. And as soon as we get into that relaxed state, then we can have a really nice, enjoyable evening. So that's my idea of a nice romantic evening. Plus, I also like the quiet because our lives are so chaotic and loud and noisy and crazy, especially with my job. And then we have gifted children that are all over the place. So when it's quiet, then we can connect on a higher level. And I just love when he is just quiet and not talking. We can just stare at each other. It's so hot.
I like that. That's beautiful. So Rhumel, what about you?
One of the things that we do like to do is we actually get a hotel room in town. And we go out on a date and end up at the hotel room, and it just kind of removes us from the space, because even if my kids aren't here, their stuff is still here. They're they've left shoes in the hallway, all that
Right.
kind of stuff. So we leave it, and it's a fresh space for us to be in. And just being able to sit down, talk to my husband over a glass of wine, and then go to our hotel room and spend some real time together, where we don't have to worry about someone calling our names. That's a real thing. So it's really easy to, come up with a really nice evening for me. One thing I will say, my husband did plan a little getaway. So we went to like our way. We had dinner, drinks, and then we had the room. And so it was just perfect. And that's all I need. And that's what he needed too.
I think that's so romantic. Well, I'm the single lady out here, and you guys are probably thinking, what does Christine want and what craziness is going to come out of her mouth, right? So I'm going to tell you, romantic evening to me is a nice fire, some nice soft music, and if he reads a book to me. That is like my magic. If you read a book to me, you're wearing glasses and you're naked. First of all,
Hilarious.
I love it.
I had no idea you were going to go there, but that's pretty cool.
Girl, what did you think I was going to say? What did you think?
I know, I didn't. I was waiting with bated breath.
Okay, Jillian, what did you think?
I thought it was going to be much crazier than that.
No, that's me. I think I go back to what I love most.
Yeah.
I'm a reader, and to me, a man who can read to me is really hot. And I like jazz because I played 6 different instruments, and I played jazz most of my life. So I link those two together, and that's what makes me happy. And of course, a nice man naked with a nice chest, I'm happy. Doesn't take much more than that. Read me. By the time you get to that third sentence, it's probably on and popping.
He's throwing a book. The book's hitting the other side of the room at that point.
Throw that book away, honey, because it's over. I just want to be okay. So Chica says, I got you. Go and hang out with Christine. You know what? I think a lot of times, and I'm so glad we had this talk tonight, that maybe this conversation is going to help some people have conversations now with the person that they're thinking about dating or with their spouse. Find out what they like and what they want. Some things is not that important. Rhumel was like, my husband don't care nothing about lingerie. He don't care nothing about makeup. His thing is the door is open. I'm on my way up. And then she's like, I got you. Okay, kids, be quiet. Okay.
And I just say one more thing, Christine.
Sure.
One of the sexiest things that my husband told me is to be me. Let it go and just be me. And that is the sexiest thing he's ever said to me. And if he wants to
make everybody cry, remember, don't make everybody cry tonight.
That's what he tells me. So I just wanted to put that out there because, I'm sorry.
That makes you more confident too.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. When a man says to you, just be you, that's like magic.
It is.
It really is. And it doesn't make a difference what you have on or what you're doing. That's the whole thing. Let me tell you, she said, why is Chica? Chica says, I want him to read to me if he has a deep voice, like the State Farm spokesman. She said, honey, the State Farm man, when he was on the unit, I used to just listen to him. I watched the unit just to hear him talk. I just want to be clear. You're right, honey, that man from the unit. Woo, honey. And Jason Momoa, he don't have to say a word. He just needs to show up. Okay? So, folks, I hope this was a great show for you. I hope you realize if you're not at the point where you feel like you're sexy, you need to get your sexy on. Ladies, thank you so much for sharing. Married ladies, you guys have the roadmap. And the thing is, I think as a single woman, we need to figure out where we belong or where we fit in that and where we want to go, right? So thank you so much. I will definitely see you ladies next week. And for our viewers, I hope tonight was an eye opener for you. When you look at your relationship, when you look at who you are as a person, you need to figure out where you want to be in that relationship. But first, you got to start with you. If you don't think that you're sexy and if you don't think that you're amazing, that person's not going to see that in you. I think Rhumel painted the best picture ever. He just said, be her. Of course, we also like Amanda Jillian has that said, put on those pink pumps. I'm coming in, right? So we like them both. So if we can get a nice combination, that would be great. For me, I need somebody to read a book to me with a nice chest. And as Chica said, a deep voice wouldn't hurt either, okay? I don't like a mousy man. We'll see you next week. Real Talk with the Ladies on Tuesday. Tomorrow, don't forget to check out Galen. And don't forget to check out the Men Thursday, which is Real Talk with the Men. And of course, you know, drill, this is 60 is the new 40. And our Finance Squad is on Saturday and Sunday Conversation with Dr. Shelley. We'll see you tomorrow on 5X to Love Network. Thank you for watching.